Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you in today's science class of standard 5th, that is of class 5th. Okay, so before going ahead with today's topic, again, I would like to warn you as well as I would like to request you, suggest you, whatever you think. Okay, because day before yesterday or yesterday's news was there, that is the highest number of cases has crossed 90,000. Okay, so you can imagine that 90,000 cases in one day. It is a huge number of cases of COVID 19. Okay, so the time has come. Okay, the recovery rate has been 78% or 77%, but still we have to take utmost care. We have to take all the necessary precautions so that we be on a safer side and do not get into any kind of trouble. Is that clear? So since आई एम टेलिंग यू क्लास दैट इज मे बी दिस वुड बी द पीक टाइम. ठीक है, ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि ये कोरोना ख़त्म होने वाला है. ठीक है, जिसके वजह से ये हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ केसेस आ रहे हैं एंड एट द सेम टाइम द रिकवरी रेट इज 78%. अब रिकवरी रेट 78% का मतलब यही है कि या तो दो ही पॉसिबिलिटीज़ है, आइदर दिस वायरस दैट इज कोविड-19 हैज़ बिकम वीक और आवर इम्यूनिटी पावर हैज़ इंक्रीज्ड. ठीक है, यही दो में से कोई एक चीज़ें हो सकती हैं, क्योंकि रिकवरी रेट अगर अच्छी है, रिकवरी रेट का मतलब वही कि जो लोग अफेक्ट होकर के हॉस्पिटल्स जा रहे हैं तो वो बहुत जल्दी वापस भी आ जा रहे हैं. इज दैट क्लियर? सो वन मोर थिंग, in yesterday's Zoom classes, again the scenario was the same. Adarsh Yadav, I don't remember the branch, from which branch he was there. Okay, I answered your question, but again and again you were asking the questions repeatedly. Okay, try to understand that there are students of all the four branches and I have to take into consideration each and every one of them. Okay, and you are hearing that some other students, they are asking the question, but still you are continuously going on and telling this thing. Okay, so what do you want from me? Okay, this is not a private one-to-one conversation that you are asking to me, I am answering to you. No, this is an interactive session of all the four branches with me, Gaurav Dwivedi, as a science teacher. Okay, and at the same time some more students. Okay, I like this part, that is you all were very curious to ask so many questions with me. Okay, but I am not able to find any of the questions in the query window. What is the reason behind this? That is, when I will be in front of you, then only you will ask me the questions. Okay, why don't you ask the questions in the query window? Okay, when the window remains open, that is from 12 to 12:30 or whatever maybe the timings would be. Is that clear? So please class, try to behave yourself, because कुछ लोगों के वजह से जो बाकी जो अच्छे से इंटरेक्ट करना चाहते हैं या अपने डाउट सॉल्व करना चाहते हैं, they are not able to get into touch with us. Okay, okay, so since they are also it is their loss as well. Okay, if you do not want to pay attention, please don't pay attention. I don't have any bother for you. I can only suggest you, your parents can suggest you, each and everyone can suggest you only. Okay, so many times we have told you that if the noise is coming from your home, either from your parents, family members or anyone, please mute yourself. लेकिन नहीं, सुनना है ही नहीं है. और इंटरैक्टिव क्लासेस सबको चाहिए, जूम क्लासेस सबको चाहिए, लेकिन जूम क्लास पे पढ़ाई के लिए किसी को नहीं सुनना है. इज दैट क्लियर? सो दिस इज ऑल. ओके, अगेन एंड अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू, आई डोंट नो व्हाई यू ऑल आर नॉट एबल टू हियर मी. ओके, and today only I am specifying you that next week we are not going to have the Zoom classes, remember. Okay, because due to some urgent or some unavoidable reasons, I would not be able to take the classes on the Zoom, or maybe possible I would be taking it. I cannot say this thing for sure. Is that clear to each and everyone? Okay, so let us see, since we have completed our chapter, that is your skeletal system and the nervous system, I gave you the explanation. In the Zoom classes we have revised also regarding the joints and everything. Today what we are going to do is that we will be starting with our next chapter, that is the states of matter, and at the same time the question answers which we have discussed in the class of Monday, that is which we have discussed on Monday. I'll be providing you the PDF. Either you'll be getting it just after the class or you'll be getting it by evening. Okay, so please be ready for that. I'm compiling it. It will take some time, but be sure that today you are going to get the PDF of all the book exercises as well as the notebook exercises. So please take care of this thing, that is you complete your fair notebook, and at the same time let us start with our new chapter, that is your states of matter, because you all would have got this information, that is I hope your half yearly exams have been scheduled, or I don't know what is going on. Okay, so you will be informed as soon as the latest notices will be given to you. So why not to be on a safer side, because still we have one more chapter left, and today is 8th, and that is the last class of this week. That is first week would be over. We have only 3 weeks more, and 3 weeks means 9 classes. Out of these 9 classes, approximately 3 classes I'll be taking for the explanation of this chapter. 1 or 2 classes will be there for your book exercises and the notebook part, and the last we should have some classes for the revisions as well. Okay, that is your plant reproduction and agriculture. Okay, so first let us have a quick review or full let me show you the syllabus first and the foremost thing, and thereafter we'll be going ahead with the states of matter. Okay, if you can see the syllabus, that is our science syllabus, term 1, that is your half yearly portion. We have plant reproduction and agriculture. This chapter was taught to you by your Aarti ma'am. Types of animals and plants, this also by Aarti ma'am. Okay, the diagrams, okay, activity was shown by me, that is Gaurav sir. Food and health, again it was taught by Aarti ma'am. Demonstration of activity, all these things done by Aarti ma'am only. Okay, germs and diseases, this has been done by me, as well as the activity. Microscopic examinations has not been done, that is you have not done, but theoretically we have done this activity as well. Okay, moving ahead with the next one, that is the skeletal system and nervous system. This chapter explanation we have done. Okay, to demonstrate activity based on reflex action. Okay, now to demonstrate activity based on reflex action, we are left behind with this, to make a hinge joint and a ball and socket joint with the help of modeling clay. Okay, either we will be doing these two activities after the completing this last chapter, that is the states of matter, or we will be doing this activity in our next Zoom class. Is that clear? So this is what, and today we are going to start with the chapter, that is your states of matter. Okay, is that clear? I hope this much is clear to each and everyone. Okay, so I hope the syllabus part is clear to each and everyone, so that we can start with the class today without any delay. Okay, let us start with the class with our new chapter, that is your states of matter. Okay, screen sharing. Okay, states of matter. Okay. Let us first understand what is the meaning of this, that is your states of matter, and thereafter we will be going ahead with our discussion part. Okay, when we are talking about this states of matter, okay, so as the name suggests, states of matter. State means condition. What is the condition of anything which we are talking about? Like, are you in a state of sound? Are you in a state of healthy? Or are you happy? Are you sad? Okay, why are you sad? Why are you in a state of motion? Why are you in a state of rest? Okay, ये भी हम बोलते हैं. So state basically tells us the condition in which an object is there, or if we talk about some of the living things, so condition in which the human beings or the animals they are working, or what is the present condition of that object or the living or non-living. Is that clear? So state basically means the condition, okay, of matter. When we are talking about matter, so let me explain you this part, that is what is matter. Anything, when we are taking anything, it means anything. ठीक है, आपको समझ में आ रहा है ना? कुछ भी, जब हम कुछ भी बोल देते हैं तो मतलब उसमें सारी चीजें आ जाती हैं. ठीक है, except for your some of the feelings are there or some other things are there, लेकिन जब हम कुछ भी बोल देते हैं तो it is going to include almost 90 to 95% or 99% of all the objects which are present on the surface of the earth. ठीक है, so anything that occupies space and has mass, this is known as your matter. Okay, let us take the very simple example. Okay, if you can see here, this is what, this is a mouse. Okay, so if I am holding the mouse, so you can see that since there is a particular shape and size of this mouse, so this is occupying some space, and when you am holding it in my hand, so it is having some weight as well. Okay, so since it is occupying some space on my hand and at the same time it has some mass as well, therefore this mouse is an example of matter, or it is a matter. Okay, moving ahead with some other things which we have here. Okay, if you take the example of this rubber band, so this rubber band is also occupying a particular space on my hand. Okay, and at the same time it is also having some weight, whether it is less or more, that doesn't matter, it is having some or the other weights, and since it is having some or the other weights, so weight, so this is also an example of a matter. Is that clear? In the similar way, class, if we take some more objects here, that is if we take the example of this paper, okay, which you are able to see here, so this paper is also an example of a matter, because if I am putting this paper, so it is occupying some portion of the screen, if you can see. Okay, and that is why you are not able to see the entire screen. ठीक है, क्यों? क्योंकि आपकी स्क्रीन का एक छोटा सा पोर्शन ये पेपर ऑक्यूपाई कर ले रहा है. इट मीन्स इट इज ऑक्यूपाइंग सम स्पेस, and at the same time since I'm holding it, so I know it is having though less weight as compared to mouse as well as the rubber band, but it has some weight. Okay, so we cannot deny that this is not having the weight. So if we talk here, so basically what we are going to say or what we are going to observe, if we take the example of the same thing, that is this dictionary which is there, so this is also same thing, that is it is having some mass and at the same time occupying some space on my palm, or wherever I am going to keep this, it is going to occupy some space there. Okay, so this tells us that is what is this matter is actually. Okay, you must be there. I'm telling you the most common example or the live examples just in front of you only. Okay, all of you know, all of you are sitting just in front of a computer, whether it is a desktop or a laptop. Okay, so you know that there is a proper space which has been occupied by the laptop or the desktop where you are not sitting, you are just occupying some other space which is not the space of your laptop or desktop. Is that clear? So since we are also, or this desktop is occupying some space, okay, and when you lift, whether it is in the entire desktop you are lifting up or you are lifting any one part of the desktop, okay, whether it is mouse, CPU, UPS or the monitor or the keyboard, okay, each and every part of this desktop will be having some or the other mass. Therefore your desktop which is present in front of you, this is an example of a matter. Is that clear? In the same way, if you are sitting in front of a laptop, so this laptop is occupying a little bit of space, whether you have kept it on the study table or on the table or on the bench or wherever you have kept it, it is going to occupy some or the other spaces. And if you lift up your laptop, it is a little heavy, either 2 to 3 kgs or even more than that, depending on the type of your laptop. And depending on the size of your laptop, it is going to occupy some space. So since both the factors are present, that is either it is occupying some space or it is having some mass, if both the situations are satisfied, ठीक है, ध्यान रखिएगा, केवल एक चीज नहीं कि हाँ खाली स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई कर लिया और मास नहीं है, या मास है स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई नहीं कर रहा है. So no, both the criteria, both the conditions should be satisfied, then only we can call that object to be matter. ठीक है, कुछ और examples लेते हैं, ये हमारे आसपास के examples. We are sitting into a room or in a balcony or in a wherever you are sitting. Okay, you are surrounded by air and this air is also having some weight. Okay, and this air is also occupying some space. So this air is also an example of matter. Okay, if you take the example of earth, earth is what? It is a planet and this earth has some weight and at the same time it is occupying some space in our solar system. So this earth is also considered to be a matter only. Is that clear? So remember these two conditions, only two conditions are there and these two words, that is your keywords, should be present in your answers when you are going to write the definition of matter, or when you are going to do any questions, attempt any questions related to matter. That is, it should have some mass, and at the same time it should occupy some space. Is that clear? So I hope the name of the chapter is clear to everyone. So states of matter, okay, जो भी चीज हम बात करेंगे मैटर का, उसका स्टेट क्या है, उसका कंडीशन क्या है, वो किस कंडीशन में है. Is that clear? This is what we are going to study in this chapter. And let me tell you class, that is one thing I haven't shown you. Let me show you that. Okay, as you know, let me tell you, brief you here only, then I'll be showing you that. Since you know that our science consists of three branches, that is physics, chemistry and bio are there. Okay, so this chapter which we are discussing now, that is our states of matter, this belongs to the branch of chemistry. Is that clear? This is the chemistry chapter of your science subject. Is that clear? Last chapter which we did, that was skeletal system and nervous system, this belongs to the bio, because we were talking about basically the things which are present in human body. Okay, and at the same time, last to last, germs and diseases, there also we talked about the living things only. So that is also an example of one the chapter belonging to your branch biology. Okay, bio means living. Is that clear? Chemistry related to chemicals, or basically the non-living things only. Is that clear? Yes or no? Okay, so let us move ahead with the chapter now, and this is what is there in the introduction of the chapter, that is the states of matter. So first and the foremost thing, what are we going to learn here? We are going to learn what is matter, what are the different forms of matter, how matter can change its state, and what are the physical and the chemical changes. Now see class, this Unscramble the Letters identify the processes that name the changes of the states of matter. Now see class, this we will be doing it little later on, or since you must have gone through all these processes earlier also, let us start from here only. As you can see here, unscramble the letters, that is the letters have been jumbled up. We have to rearrange them or unscramble them and put it in a proper sequence so that it give rise to a meaningful word with a proper word as well as meaning. If you can see here, this is made from the word melting. Okay, if you can see here, this will be your MELTING. This will be your melting. If we move ahead with this one, what you can see here, that is solid getting converted into liquid. So this is known as your melting. Okay, now liquid again getting back converted into solid. If you can see the arrow, okay, the forward arrow represents that it is getting converted into, that is solid converted into liquid, liquid converted into solid. So here the process of conversion of liquid into solid is known as freezing. That is FREEZ or ZING. That is your freezing. Moving ahead with the third one, that is this liquid, solid to liquid and liquid to gas. That is liquid to gas is known as your evaporation. That is EVAPORATION. That is your evaporation. Next, gas to liquid, that is your condensation. That is CONDENSATION. Is that clear? So this is your condensation. Is that clear to all of you? I hope this would be much more clear in the later sections when we will be discussing this one. Matter can change its state. We will be dealing about all these things again in a much more detailed manner. Okay. Now let us see here. All the things around us are composed of matter. The amount of matter present in a thing makes up its mass. Okay. So the very first thing what it is telling here is, that is all the things, जितनी भी चीजें हमारे आसपास present हैं, वो क्या हैं? ठीक है, they are made up of matter only, and at the same time, since they are made up of, this matter is made up of some substance, so that is why it is having some mass as well. Is that clear? Okay, let us move ahead. Next, what we this is here the example. We measure the mass of a thing by its weight. For example, when we say that a book weighs 1 kilogram, it means the book has a mass of 1 kg. However, a smaller thing may be, it will always have some weight on earth. Similarly, all the things take up some space. For example, a block of wood occupies the space covered by its size. Now see, what it is telling to say is the same thing which I have explained you a little earlier. That is, if you can see this block of wood which is present here. So this block of wood is occupying this much of space present on the table, on the ground, or wherever it has been kept. Okay, it is occupying this much of space, and at the same time when you are going to lift it up with the help of your hand or legs or through any other means, you will find that this is having some mass. It will be little bit heavy, and you will have to apply some force in order to lift it up, in order to hold it, so that you will be able to experience the weight or the mass of this block of wood. Is that clear? So since it is occupying space and it is having mass, when you will lift it up, so these two conditions, these two criteria give this block of wood the name to be a matter. Okay, next, the amount of space covered by a thing is called volume. Okay, remember, the space covered by anything, that is known as your volume. And how to find out this volume? Let me tell you this part. Okay, now see class. See, when we are basically talking about just like we talked about this piece of block here. Okay, so I hope you would have studied your Soumya ma'am or your maths teacher, whomsoever he or she is. They would have taught you how to find out the area or the perimeter, and at the same time how to find out the volume as well. You must be having at the later sections of your maths chapter. If you would have not done, you will be doing it in a later part, that is in your annual portion. Okay, today I am just depicting you little bit what is this and how to calculate this or how to find it out. That is what is volume here, basically what we are talking about. Okay, so I am taking the same example of here, this piece of block of wood. So let me tell you that when we are talking about the volume, so we take into three things. That is, जब हम एरिया की बात करते हैं तो हम 2 डायमेंशनल फिगर्स की बात करते हैं, खाली लेंथ और ब्रेथ की. लेकिन जब हम वॉल्यूम की बात करते हैं तो हम 3 डायमेंशनल फिगर्स में आ जाते हैं. दैट इज योर लेंथ, ब्रेथ एंड हाइट. ओके, सो let me first show you which are the length, breadth and height, and thereafter I will be showing you how to calculate the volume. Okay, now let me share the screen. Okay, now see what you can see here is this part, this longer part which you are able to see. This part is known as your length if it is kept in this way. Okay, this part, ठीक है, इसको लेंथ को हम लंबाई भी बोलते हैं. ठीक है, ये कितना लंबा है. ओके, मूविंग अहेड विद द नेक्स्ट वन, दिस इज नोन एज योर ब्रेथ. ओके, चौड़ाई, और इसको हम बोलते हैं हाइट. ये कितना ऊंचा है, ऊंचाई. ठीक है, लंबाई, चौड़ाई और ऊंचाई. दैट इज योर लेंथ, ब्रेथ एंड योर हाइट. सो दीज आर द 3 डायमेंशनल फिगर्स. एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट वॉल्यूम, जब हम वॉल्यूम की बात करेंगे तो हम तीनों लेंगे, लेंथ, ब्रेथ एज वेल एज हाइट. But if we are talking about area, so we will take only 2, that is your length and breadth. उसमें height की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती है हमें. Is that clear? Now let me show you the example of the same thing. Okay, now see. Okay, suppose for an example, the length of this block is 15 centimeter. Okay, and the breadth of the same block is 10 centimeter, whereas the height of this block is 20 centimeter. This is just the random values I have taken. Okay, since I have taken the random values, so I hope you can understand. This is the length, breadth and height of the wooden block which we have seen in our book. Okay, So if we are talking about the volume as the concept has been come, ठीक है, जैसे कि ये यहाँ पे आ गया है तो इसलिए मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, otherwise you know this thing, your maths teacher would be telling you this thing. Length into breadth, this is the formula for calculating your area. Okay, so if you can see here in this way, what you are going to do is your length is 15 and your breadth is 10. Okay, so here what you will get, again if you will see here, so this becomes 150 and this will be taken as centimeter square. Okay, or you can also write this centimeter square 2 will be written at the power, ऊपर m के ऊपर लिखा जाएगा 2. ओके, सो 150 सेंटीमीटर, और आप इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो कि स्क्वायर सेंटीमीटर, 150 स्क्वायर सेंटीमीटर. इज दैट क्लियर? एंड दिस स्क्वायर शुड बी इन स्मॉल लेटर्स. Okay, is that clear? So this is the area of this wooden block which we are talking about. In the same way, if we have to calculate the volume, so in that case our entire formula, okay, becomes length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height, that is all the things taken together. So in this case what you will be getting is length 15 multiplied by breadth 10 and your height is 20. So in this case 15 to the 30, 300, and here this becomes your 300. Okay, 15 to the 30, 3000. Now here it will be cubic centimeter. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आप cm क्यूब भी लिखते हैं, cm और m, जैसे यहाँ पे m के ऊपर 2 लिखते थे एरिया के केस में, तो यहाँ पे m के ऊपर 3 लिखेंगे बिकॉज 3 थिंग्स आर बीइंग मल्टीप्लाइड. ओके, एंड सेम सेंटीमीटर सेंटीमीटर सेंटीमीटर, हियर इट विल बी ओनली 2, सो स्क्वायर सेंटीमीटर, 3, सो क्यूबिक सेंटीमीटर. इज दैट क्लियर? सो दिस वॉल्यूम इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग what? It is representing the space. Okay, this is basically representing the space which is being occupied by that wooden block, or you can also write that this wooden block occupies a space of, okay, you can write this thing, that is this wooden block occupies a space of 3000 cubic centimeter. Is that clear? So this is how we calculate this part. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, I'll be sharing you this part so that if you want you can get it. Okay, so this is what, this is nothing, this volume is representing nothing but the space which has been occupied by this wooden block. Okay, so wooden block occupies a space of, or you can write down this part here. Okay, okay, so this wooden block occupies the space of 3000 cubic centimeter. Is that clear to all of you? So this cubic centimeter is nothing but the volume which is present. Is that clear to all of you? यहाँ तक clear है? I hope सबको clear हो जाएगा. In this way, please try to find out the volumes and at the same time try to find out the weight. Weight तो शायद मुश्किल होगा आप लोग के लिए क्योंकि weighing balance नहीं होगा. अगर आपके पास है तो please go for it. If you don't have, no need to bother about it, no need to ponder upon it. ओके, ठीक है, डिमांड मत करिए अपने पेरेंट्स से कि नहीं मुझे वेइंग बैलेंस चाहिए. ओके, जस्ट फील रिलैक्स्ड. I showed you the examples. Okay, so in this way you can calculate the basically this part. Okay, in this way you can calculate the volume, and this is what is the space occupied by the thing. Okay, a small thing occupy some space, bigger things will occupy bigger space. So what we can say is that matter is anything that has mass and has occupies space. अब यहाँ से ये मैं आपको कल नेक्स्ट क्लास में सिखाऊंगा, बिकॉज दिस इज मच मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट दैट what we have studied today. Is that clear? So this was all for today. Till the next class, please don't forget to prepare a fair notebook, complete your fair notebook, and at the same time please don't forget to have a thorough revision of this chapter. ये chapter याद रखिएगा आपका most probably 7th, शायद 7th में नहीं, 8th में भी नहीं, 8th में शायद हो सकते हैं कुछ कंसेप्ट हो, 9th में आपका ये चैप्टर रहेगा ही रहेगा, ठीक है, 110% है. दैट इज, आई होप दिस इज योर फर्स्ट चैप्टर ओनली, मैटर इन आवर सराउंडिंग्स. ओके, तो इसलिए अभी से बेस क्लियर रहेगा तो ज़्यादा अच्छा रहेगा आपके लिए, और मेरे लिए तो है ही है, ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बिकॉज आई हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडीड, नाउ इट्स टाइम फॉर यू टू स्टडी. ओके, सो प्लीज़ revise it thoroughly, take it seriously each and every lectures which has been taught to you here, and you are going to enjoy this chapter much more than your previous part. Is that clear? So till the next class, stay safe, stay healthy, and at the same time take all the necessary precautions which are required to remain healthy and to be safe from this COVID-19. That's all for today. Thanks for being with me and have a great day ahead. Thank you.